Hello everyone. It's James again. And today, we are just going to get right into the topic. I'm sure you read the title of this video and thought, what the heck is James talking about? Well, I've noticed as of late, different articles that have been written on and for Yahoo regarding borderline personality disorder. And they all seem to be written in such a way that paints the borderline in a positive light. Now I want to say for the record, regardless if a person has borderline or narcissistic personality disorder, they more than likely ended up with such a personality disorder from being abused as a child. Now, as I've talked about before, might. And the key word here is might. Might there be some genetic links that might make such a person more likely to go down the road of the borderline or the narcissist when such abuse takes place? Possibly. I do think it's possible. And in that, no matter if such a person ended up with borderline or narcissism as a result of being abused as a child, they were and are victims. But, and there is a but, people with such personality disorders oftentimes go from being victims to victimizers. So though the narcissist, or in this case the borderline, if they because of their personality disorder abuse the people they're with including their children, because they are now walking down that path of evil. Regardless if someone wants to believe they are aware of their evil or not, those in society need to be warned that dealing with such a person can cost them their very life as it has many others in the past. You see, doctors and also in the media have come across certain cases where women, and I say women, because women are the ones that doctors, the media, and society at large states shares this problem of borderline the most. There will be cases of women killing their children, or their husband, or their boyfriend, and you will hear doctors talking about such a case. And the behaviors they are witnessing is that of a borderline. Hey. Their words, not mine. There have been many that have talked about the woman in Fatal Attraction was that of a woman with borderline personality disorder. You see, narcissists very rarely self-harm. Borderlines oftentimes do self-harm. But the general horrible abusive treatment you might experience from a man or a woman, it's very hard to tell the difference between the two. But with that said, these articles seem to take on the tone of basically how borderlines are misunderstood, and how they are basically good people with a problem, but not addressing the horrible abuse and pain they leave on innocent people. There was an article talking about the PTSD they feel, because the abuse and pain that causes the PTSD is the same abuse and pain that causes someone that is a borderline to abuse someone else, causing their victim PTSD in the process. But these articles from what I've seen don't talk about their victims. It just talks about how borderlines are good well-meaning people that have a problem. And I for the most part ignored these articles until I came across the most recent one, entitled 5 Superpowers of Borderline Personality Disorder. No, I'm not giving a link, because this is not something I want to promote. But you can search for it on Yahoo and it will come up. And what is said in this article will make your head spin to those that have been abused by people with such a problem or almost lost your life to such a person. But let's get into these superpowers, shall we? Superpower number 1. We are beyond empathetic. I know. When I read that, I was thinking the exact same thing you are thinking right now. And there is a paragraph about this superpower that states, this makes us great candidates for working in fields that require us to be compassionate, such as counseling. It also makes us great volunteers. If you have BPD, look to participating in some volunteer work and watch the difference you will make. I know. But I'm curious about what you think about this. But moving on to the second superpower. We are intuitive. The third superpower is, we are loyal. Moving along to superpower number 4. We are creative. And number 5. We can easily adapt. Now, Here's the problem with these types of articles. They don't talk about the utter, and I mean utter, destruction these people can more times than not cause to those around them. Like the people they are dating or married to. And even their children. What appears to be happening is, many people are waking up to what personality disorders are. No matter if you are talking about narcissism, borderline, or antisocial. Yes. They have differences. But they can all leave behind them a trail of destroyed victims they have victimized. And now, because more and more people are waking up to what these personality disorders are, they are able to sidestep them a bit more easily. Which means, those that have personality disorders are having a more difficult time finding new people they can sadly and sickly abuse. No matter what their disorder is. So the question is, are we seeing these types of attempts to paint those that have such problems and disorders as good, well-meaning people as a result of you waking up and not engaging with such people? I don't know. But I would like to know your thoughts. Please leave them down below. Also, please don't forget to subscribe and click the like button if you like this content. Every little bit helps. Also, to those that are supporting by the way of Patreon, I want to say a big thank you. I really do appreciate it. With that said, let's continue to pray for wisdom. Let's continue to pray for strength. And let's continue to pray for courage. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.